Today we're trying the NARS Matte Longwear Foundation. This claims up to 24-hour oil and shine control breathable matte wear. Does it survive oily skin and real life? So today we're gonna put it to the test. So what you receive is 1 fluid ounce. I picked up the shade New Caledonia, so that is in the shade D2. The price point is $55. It is marketed for normal to oily skin and claims to be a pore perfecting 24-hour foundation with a natural matte finish and medium to full coverage, transfer resistant. Details. So we got natural matte finish, medium to full coverage, 24-hour weightless wear, 24-hour oil and shine control, 24-hour true color. So I'm expecting that it's not going to oxidize. Yes, that's the word. 24-hour non-drying, it's crease resistant, transfer resistant, water, sweat/humidity resistant. Clinical claims it improves the pores and it improves skin texture in 2 weeks, and skin shows less shine in 2 weeks. Those are some bold claims. I have combination skin, so that means sometimes I'm oily, sometimes I'm dry. I went ahead and put on the Wonderglow. It's a Charlotte Tilbury Instant Soft Focus Beauty Glow Primer. I put on this primer because I want to be able to balance out the matte and I want to be able to have some glow so it feels like skin. But I also want to try it with how I would normally wear makeup. I want to know how it's going to perform, what effect it's going to have when I do use a glowy primer to try to balance out the matte. Let's test the foundation. All right, so I'm going to put some on my hand here. Okay, it looks like that's about 3 or 4 pumps, right? Does look like a okay color, right? It does feel watery right away. But I do see that it gives, I can see that's very nice coverage. That looks like skin, doesn't it? Pump here. Oh, this is definitely medium to full coverage. What I noticed so far, it feels, it doesn't feel drying. It feels like skin. It feels like I'm not wearing anything so far. Okay, so 1 swipe. All right. Putting it on the back of my hand is a way to warm up the foundation as well. I think I want to put a little bit, just one more pump, I guess. I don't want to overdo it, because at the end of the day I still want my face to look like skin. Right now it's looking like skin. Okay, so coverage level, it definitely got rid of all hyperpigmentation that's on my skin. It does feel skin-like. It looks skin-like. I'm not feeling like I'm wearing something on my face. My face feel like it can move. I don't feel that heaviness or that stiffness that some matte foundation can do. I definitely feel good. It feels like skin. In terms of blendability, this blended really good. I don't feel like it's drying down either. I can still continue to blend. Oxidation, I'm not seeing any oxidation right now. I'm hoping that as I put on the rest of the concealer, my blush, and all the rest of the things that I normally put on my face to prepare for the rest of the day, that it will not oxidize. So far it's looking fine. I like it. It really does look like skin. I'm impressed. I definitely see blurring. I have a lot of enlarged pores in the center of my face. It blurs some of those pores. I have areas of patchiness and dryness around my mouth area, and I'm not really seeing any patchiness right now. What I'm going to do is to finish the rest of my face, and then I'll take you to look at the foundation in different lighting settings. See you soon. So this is my face in natural light. Here is my first impression. So far it looks great. It definitely has blurred my pores. I am not seeing any form of imperfection. My hyperpigmentation is not there. It is hidden underneath this soft matte or this natural matte foundation. No smile lines so far. Nothing too outrageous. Looks good. I did finish off my face with a finishing spray. It was was it a Radiant? I finished off with the Ready Set Seal setting spray from Juvia's place. So it did, and then I did powder my face, powder down that setting spray with a little bit of finishing powder. So this is the finished look. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm gonna give this a wear test. I'll check in throughout the day so that you can see what my face look like. I will not blot anything. I will not do any type of fixing or anything at all. I will leave my face as is, do the check-in at the halfway mark or so. And then at the end of the day, I will give you my final thoughts. I'm now at the 4-hour mark of wearing this foundation, and so far it still looks good. It looks pretty fresh. I am not seeing any too much oils. It just looks natural. It just looks really natural, and this is, I'm in natural light right now, so it's not, I'm not using any studio lights or anything. This is just the pure natural light, and I think that it's looking good. I'm not seeing any shine breakthrough or anything like that. I am not going to I'm not going to dab my face or anything like that. I am gonna let it stay the course and see what it looks like at the end of the day. Right now, there is no separation, especially in my nostril area right here. Nothing there, nothing there. Smile lines are still fine. Everything look the same way, and looks natural. I like it. Yeah. What do you think? You know, the makeup looks lived in. It does have a lived in look. I'm liking it so far. Definitely a good everyday makeup. And I'm glad I tried it out with the Glow primer. I had moisturized my face as normal and put on all the products that I normally put on for my makeup. So let's see how it holds up in a few more hours. Okay. Look at me. I am a greasy mess. So it's still It still does look good, don't get me wrong, but then when you get closer, like, I can start to see my pores emphasized there, right? I think that it stood the test of time. It did what it's supposed to do at the time. Now it's about 7 hours later when I started putting on my makeup and everything, and so it has done its time. I don't think there is any makeup that doesn't look lived in after 7 hours of wear. At the halfway mark, it did look pretty good still, right? So I think overall it's a good foundation. I'm sure if I should probably blot this right now, that it would still start to look good again. Let's blot. All right, let's blot it, and it looks good, right? And that side and that side looks good, right? I earlier said I was going to do a test to see if it transfers, but I don't think it would be fair to do a transfer test now that all my oils are literally peeking out. So it wouldn't be doing the product any justice. So I just ignore my thoughts on whether or not it is transfer proof. It says it is transfer resistant. So let's test it on our. Feel free to test it on your feel free to test it yourself, right? So one of the claims there, so 97% of the people who tried this foundation said that it blurs pores and imperfection. I think it did blur the pores and my imperfections when I did try it earlier on. So I will say yes. Feels weightless, breathable, and comfortable. I agree with that. I do not feel like my face is not feeling stiff as if I can hardly smile. My face is free as if I didn't have on any makeup and all those powders that I put on top, plus setting spray. So I would say yes, it does feel weightless. It gives the appearance of a skin filter. It sure does. I mean, just blotting this area right there shows that it really does give a filtered look. Here, it's also a filtered look, but a more lived in filtered look, right? A more skin-like filtered look. Makeup makes skin look immediately perfected and flawless. I do agree with that. This is my new foundation that I would certainly wear every day. I'd wear it to the grocery store, I'd wear it to work, I'd wear it to school. Like everything I want to do, I feel like I could do it in this makeup, in this foundation, because I know how it would perform under the different powders and things that I put on top, place on top. I know it's going to emphasize where it's going to emphasize my smile marks. I know where it's going to make my face, the points where it's going to make my face a little bit more shine. I know where those points are. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to test this out, to see how is it going to look after I put on a realistic amount, or treat it as if how I would treat it in how I would use it in real life, which is putting on foundation, putting the concealer on foundation, putting powders on, and setting and blush and all of those things. I wanted to see how it would perform, and I'm sure you would too, right? It does have a second skin like feel. The moment I had put it on, it did feel and look like skin, and I just think overall this foundation really gave me a nice glow. I would say the next time I would probably try it with maybe I don't know if I would want to try it with a matte primer and matte spray, because then it may make my face feel too stiff. But I could certainly try it to see and compare the two. Having a glow foundation, having a matte foundation with glow primer and glowy setting spray, but having a matte primer, matte foundation, and a matte setting spray. Maybe it would be matte overkill, but who knows, maybe it would last longer after 7 hours. Maybe it would still look like the 5-hour mark or the 4-hour mark, you know. So I would definitely say that I agree with these claims. So it certainly is long wearing. It does control oils, but I did blot, so you can see what it looks like with it being blotted. I don't think any of the foundation is missing from that area. Based on what I can see, it looked like it's still there, right? I just blotted with tissue paper. Maybe if I put, let's see, where is my, maybe if I put some powder on it, it would just bring it back to life. It does look good, right? Yeah. So it can be revived, it looks like. May cling to dry patches. Now, it may cling to dry patches in that I have a dry patch under my chin here. And sometimes it is emphasized when I put on other foundations. So the fact that it does cling to that dry patch there, I'm not surprised. My skin is actually flaking there. It's a skin issue that I have, so it's not necessarily the fault of the foundation. And I don't expect the foundation is going to provide magic, right? So I have to be realistic in it as well. But it is definitely a nice glow, a nice looked, lived in feel. So I'm very pleased with this foundation. So my skin certainly does not feel tight at all. I feel relaxed. I feel comfortable in this. It really does feel good, and it does look very pretty. If it's not coming across on camera, I am so sorry, but it really does look good. It just looks more skin-like in person. When I'm looking at it, it just looks a lot more skin-like. So overall, what type of skin? I think who should buy this? I think anybody could buy it. If you have a dry skin, use a primer that is glowy and use a spray that is glowy. If you are combination skin, do the same thing, or maybe vice versa. Use a matte setting spray, use a matte primer with this foundation. If you have oily skin, see if that is something that would also help you to lessen the oils peeking through. So what are your thoughts on this foundation review today? Are you planning to buy it? Are you interested? What are you thinking? Do you think it looks like skin? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. So it's a new day. I've decided to give this foundation a test another time. This time I put on a mattifying primer and I also used a mattifying setting spray to see if the results are going to be similar to yesterday's. Is it going to make the oils come through just as much? I will definitely be interested to see what my face would look like. I look pretty matte right now based off what I'm seeing. It looks a lot more matte compared to yesterday when I did complete the finishing spray. It did make it look a lot more glowy. So just wanting to know how it's gonna look at the end of the day when I actually used a mattifying primer, a mattifying foundation, and mattifying setting spray. Let me show you what it looks like in natural light. This is studio light. Let me take you to look at it in natural light. Natural light. So this is a 4-hour mark approximately since I've put my makeup on, and so far it's still looking good. You can start to see it look lived in, and my oils are coming through and everything, but it still looks very nice. It's looking very natural. I think about at this point yesterday I was a lot more dewy, but today it is really holding up. My smile marks are okay. Yep, so overall, face is looking good. It's approximately 8 to 9 hours of wearing a full face of the NARS foundation with a matte primer and a matte finishing spray. And so far, this is what it looks like at the end of a full day's wear. You can see that I'm getting oily in my T-zones, not so oily on my forehead or on my chin. I'm not really seeing that dry patch that I saw yesterday on my chin as prevalent, but my cheeks are very glowy, and I guess that could be attuned to the fact that I'm wearing a concealer that causes that. So I'm not trying the foundation on its own without anything else to basically test out the foundation itself. But what I'm testing out is whether or not what my face would look like when I do a full beat using, or full glam using the matte foundation, what results I would get. I want to know so I can determine what primer I use, what finishing spray I use, determine what my day is gonna look like. So based on how my day is gonna look like, because I have combination skin, knowing all these ahead of time will help me to be able to plan accordingly for each situation. So, but at the end of the day, I still think it looks nice. I am sure I can put some powder there, just like yesterday. I have some powder left on this brush from when I had put the makeup on, and it is all gone. So if I wanted to touch this up because I wanted to go from day to night, I could easily touch this up and look good enough to go out into the public. This is just what's left on the brush. So it is versatile. I'm still loving the finish of it. Also, I did not do the transfer resistant test because I put on a setting spray that prevents transfer. I didn't want to then go and say that the NARS foundation was tested as transfer proof when I put on a transfer proof setting spray. So again, I'm sorry, but yeah, if you test it out and you find it transfer proof, tag me in your video or leave me a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. So in the meantime, walk good.